morning, y'all. Great night, is it? Raw the day and make it great. While, before, in the process of, get your mat, do your stretch outs, get your weights, you're doing weight exercises, get your chair, you're doing chair exercises, stand up if you're walking in place, line up if you're walking wall to wall, jump on your heights, start your mat. Start your treadmill.
Come on.
Oh,
Move,
yeah.
move.
Hey, y'all, hey. I know I say this every morning, every Monday morning, but how do you old people make it without working out? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Maybe sitting in the doctor's office is doing it for y'all, but whoo, I had to work out yesterday on my own. By myself. As per usual, except when I have y'all Monday through Friday. Now, y'all just keep walking. I decided jumping up and down on this treadmill before and after to make sure these cameras is right is not the way to go. Just do it while you're doing it. Just do it while you're doing it. Let me see. Yeah, I can give me more time. Okay, y'all. But this time on my treadmill going around in circles. Sure. Okay. All right. Ooh. Let's speed it a little bit. Hey, y'all. Hey. You can see my feet. Ellen Portente. Alright, huh? Oh, it's clearer in the on one camera, not the other. But y'all keep going. I'm so glad I have y'all to work out with, to walk with. Yeah, this is Monday, so I did my stretches this morning. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is morning stretches. And Tuesday and Thursday, I try to do, I call it hanging from my door frame, because it pulls my arms and stretches my back. So hey y'all, hey. Oh boy, just a little stiffy, nothing else. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Now I tell you, I love y'all exercising with me. I do. And this is what I ask from this social media. I just wanted to not work out by myself. Is that too much to ask, you know? Or just to find a group of people, you know, because after I work out, I can go back and read a book. I'm a writer, I can sit at that typewriter and I can just write. The oxygen and the blood is all in the head. But it's lonely, y'all. Even in the gym full of people, it's lonely when you don't have someone to encourage you or you encourage them. It's lonely. And then you get the vampire suckers, the energy suckers. I call them vampire suckers. They suck energy. You know, so you work with them, you pumping up, you pumping yourself up, they pumping themselves up, blah, blah, and you really going at it. And then, all of a sudden, that's it. They got they pumped up, they got their energy sucking, and then they're gone. So, I don't have that problem with y'all. Thanks for joining me on the walk. My name is Vicky. Oh yeah. Let me get to this topic at hand, honey. See, I always thought, as a child seeing it, I just saw men kind of like, I never saw, what did they say, public displays of affection, because this is a cult society. You couldn't do that. Like husbands kissing, holding hands, stuff like that. When I was growing up, you didn't do that. But you could have a good knockout, drag 'em out fight. Yeah. You could be in the house and you hear boom, 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 and yelling and fighting and screaming. And then they get up and they go back in their house and they're married. So I didn't put marriage in my mind. I thought it was, as a child, extremely violent. And then, now the whole time I'm running around Harlem as a teenager, 13, again, no public displays of affection, but violence. So I just saw a bunch of men fighting women and women trying to fight men back. And then they go home. I was like, and they said it was marriage. I was like, oh no, I don't think I want that marriage thing. But then I was told I had to do the marriage thing. Everybody wants to do the marriage thing. Is something wrong with me? But they wasn't seeing it through the eyes I was seeing it as. I saw it as a violent situation. So then I go live with my father. And he punching around my stepmother to the point like I was like, you finna make me do life. Hey y'all, I'll read the comment on the break. Thanks for coming on the walk. Hey y'all. You know? So I was like, I don't want this marriage thing. These men are violent. So I get down south. My grandmother's Southern Baptist Church, that whole area, Southern Baptist Church, I mean, all over the place. But they're different cults. Don't ask. So, when I got down there, I was, 15? That's all they talked about was getting married. And I kept saying, I'm not doing that violence. That's what I thought. I never saw it as anything else but violence. And I was like, oh girl, you don't know. You meet the right one. Unless you don't like men. I was so sick of that shit. I can't even tell you. If you don't do like they want you to do, then you gotta be the other way. And they gotta always have a villain. The LGBTQ is these folks' villain. You don't gotta do nothing, but you gotta have a villain in order to make people do what you want them to do. So, I was like, no. Then I found out my Aunt Minnie had a husband that was extremely violent. Extremely violent. Her dad and my grandmother had to intervene, and her brothers and them had to intervene. There was men on Minnie didn't want to get married again. But I totally understand it. She was beautiful. And all he could think to do, because she was beautiful, was to beat up on her. She was funny. She was calm. You got mom on anime. Did 10 rounds in Philly with her husband. Teeth knocked out, everything. Head, everything. I can tell you how bad it was. When you get on a Greyhound bus with 8 kids, what is that, under 13? You know that's a bad relationship. So, I was like, I'm not getting married. But I'm going to get a job. I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to go on. I'm going to go to college. And every time I said that to one of my girlfriends or something, they said, don't you want to get married and have kids? And I made that mistake once by saying, no, never again. I said, oh, you know, I guess it'd be all right. I was like, oh no. They said when they break the bones in your face, they don't come back. But I couldn't let them know. I was like, yeah. And you had to talk about kids you wanted. How many kids you wanted. I'm looking at my aunt struggling with 8 kids. And according to them, no money coming in. So I was like, oh. And I was like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that down here. You can't. So I said, oh yeah, I want me about 5. I want about 5 kids with my husband. And then everybody relaxed. Oh, look, that girl want to get married. That girl. I was like, oh no, this is violent. And then I sat in that Southern Baptist church, and they said, a woman can't be without a man. She can't make it. She doesn't have the mental intelligence. She can't keep a job. So many jobs she can't do. And besides, God made her to, what was the first they used to do? Men go out and work, and women stay home and suffer childbirth. I used to know it by heart. They used to say it so much. So my job was to suffer under my husband and from having children. And that was my lot. So, oh, wow. So I said, well, you know, I want to go to college. Ooh, job. The room would fall silent. College? What? Who? Huh? And then you start getting insults. Yeah, you better go to college because you can't mop a floor worth a damn. What husband gonna keep you? You can't mop no floors. Yeah, that gal better get out of here. That's what it became. It became cleaning. Like, okay, dusting. Look at you. Look at you miss that dust. Talking about go to college. How can you see to learn anything? You can't see that dust. Oh. You better focus on getting you a man, because how you gonna make it in this world? Started getting scared. I kind of thought I could make it. I made it in home, 13, running around. It's a nice little hustle running back and forth to the store getting the junkies, sodas, and cigarettes and shit. Or we couldn't buy alcohol, but we could buy cigarettes all the time. So it was a nice little hustle. I didn't know the Southern Baptist Church. My focus is supposed to be on keeping that house clean, cooking his food, not burning it. Oh, I'll tell y'all what happened to the first time I burned some chicken, y'all. Oh my goodness. See, man, that y'all ain't never gonna get no man. Who gonna wanna come home and eat some burnt chicken? You better focus on frying that food in case your college career don't work out. Then you have a man to fall back on. And I'd be sitting there like, what? You mean I can't make it without him? I'm gonna read y'all messages now. Oh. Hey y'all. Let's see. Manage. Hello, grandson or daughter. I see. Said hello, Granny. How you doing, Mama? How they? Oh, I'm doing fine, honey. I'm working out now. Before I got on that treadmill, I had a few issues. I ain't got none now. You see the sweat? Thank you, Crispy. Hey, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Exactly. He showed that muscle. Let me tell you something. He done made me think about my gym days. And those big glass mirrors. And you can see yourself. You can, because he gave me a strong arm. But you can literally see your muscles growing every time you went to the gym. I don't want to get stuck on that, but they done brought up something. With the strong arm, I was like, yes, because that's all I used to see. Pumping up, flexing, being proud. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something in the wind. Oh, Lady Day. Lady Day. So, I was like, wow. And cleaning clothes. You ain't gonna find no good man. You can't clean his clothes. It was stressful. I wasn't taught that by my mother. For 12 years, that's not what I was taught. I didn't come out the womb. She didn't tell me from the womb, okay, your whole purpose of being here is for a man. She didn't say that. She said to live your life to be able to take care of yourself. So, I was like, okay. So I come back, go to college, having a good time, but that's also a dating app. Tuition was the old dating app. You did 4 years, you like it, come out with a husband. So, I talk future stuff. So other than that Nigerian guy I was talking to, I talk future stuff, he talked future stuff, and that's how we got along. When I talked to these African Americans, it was all about sex and being screwed. You got a man? Can I touch it? Can I? It was never, I didn't even see them take the other female college students serious as students. It was more like, who they gonna pick? Because it was a human dating app. So it's who am I gonna pick? So, come back to New York. A short stint with my father, who was on his best behavior when I was there, because I'm here. If not, I would have been in prison. But then I found my two married sisters. My oldest one was getting beat up regularly. That so much so that my middle sister used to have to go over, and they used to have to gang my brother-in-law, jump on them together, and he would send both of them splashing in the walls, throw them, tossing them out in the hall and the whole 9 yards. Until I got there. My middle sister's husband, while she was pregnant, he used to beat her, put her in the shower and beat her. Then she had to jump out a window because he put a bullet in the gun and spun it and was playing Russian roulette with her and the baby after she had it. And she had to jump out the window. And I remember me going over there to get them, and I had just, I don't know, been back here, maybe been back in New York from Knoxville for about 3 or 4 months. So I was like, whoa. So one brother-in-law, my older sister's brother-in-law, I remember talking to him man to man, and I said to him, I know you beating up my sister, matter of fact, both of them, but I'm not like that. If I see you beating on her, I'm going to take my time, go in that kitchen, and find something to put through your skull. And he said, no problem, sister-in-law, I hear you. We've been best friends ever since. Now, the middle sister, husband, my brother-in-law, he just knew from the look. He just knew from the look that I was as crazy as he was. So we had understanding. But I wound up getting married. He was from Ghana, jumped off the ship, was here in Bed-Stuy when I met him. I was living in East New York. My father died. I think I got my own place by then, and I was coming over to see my girlfriend Pat, and that's how I met him. And he wasn't violent. He was calm. He was big, built, but he was calm. Had a smile that melted my heart. And I said, okay, think we can do this. So we got married by the justice of the peace. And he had a brother who convinced my husband that this was a marriage situation, because he had other things he wanted him to do. I wanted him to be a husband. His brother wanted him to be whatever he wanted him to be. If the brother came by at 1 o'clock in the morning, blowing the horn, Annie had to jump up and run out. I didn't understand why. All our credit came from the brother. It was really weird. But I figured I could make it. I had my little BS job. And his brother and them, they used to hang out all the time. I would come in from work, dragging the baby, maybe a few groceries, and myself. And I'd come in and they'd be sitting at the table, eating, drinking, talking, having a good time. But I've seen that before in marriages. So I said, that's how it is. They said the woman's supposed to like be quiet and go on about your business. So I would. I'd drag me and the baby in. put stuff away, walk around, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. They get up from the table, leave everything just like that for me to clean. And that's what women do. That's what marriage is. So I cleaned it. What's the big deal? Got the clothes ready for the morning. He'd be asleep. He'd be in bed by about 9:30, 10. I'd still be up. Getting, the lunch is ready for the morning. Packing the baby's lunch. Well, get my clothes together. Maybe I have to wash something out by hand because we have to get the clothes. Well, use the laundromat. And I'd go in and he'd be sleeping. But that's what marriage is. He's not supposed to do nothing more than what he's doing, because to do that, they would call him, don't attack me, LGBTQ, I didn't make the rules up, now I ain't making this up, gay. So, he was only like a show-off type father. Like if company came over, he would hold Dave for about 5 to 10 minutes and then hand it over to me. But if we had no company that day, he wouldn't pick up. So he was that kind of father, like a show father. But that's what men are. I was taught they're not supposed to sit there and hold no baby. It's better that they sit at the bar holding a beer, because that's a man's thing. Him not going to the babysitter to pick up my daughter was perfectly okay, because that's woman's work. That's what the wife does. So he would take one train home, and I would have to take 2 trains in the bus to go get my daughter. 2 trains and 1 bus to get home. And he just took 1 train home. But I was told that's what they do. They don't, if he had any other interest, if he went to the babysitter and picked up my daughter, he was not a man. That's women's work. So I said, okay. So he's never picked my daughter up from the daycare, the babysitter. Never. Men didn't do that. That's what the Christian rules and stuff are. They didn't do that. He didn't read to her and snuggle up with her. That is not a Christian. That is not the Christian way. He not even, okay, say no snuggling. He never even sat across the table from her to help her with her homework, or to read a book to her, or to tell her a story about her bloodline. Wouldn't do it. But I found out the reason why I wouldn't do it, because that's women's work. And in a marriage, that's the wife's. So I said, okay. Okay. So then, I found out that basically the woman's side of the family is responsible for feeding and care of the child, not the father. Now, I knew that from down south, because that's why all the time the woman would take her children over to their grandparents' house or the great-grandparents' house, because she was always cooking. There was always food. There was always milk. But I didn't have that. But he still had that rule that the care of feeding the child falls on the woman and the woman's family. Okay, we doing 20, but we're going to start up by 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And that's why when I was a child, men used to go to the store for cigarettes and never come back. Because the care of the children was the responsibility of the woman and the woman's family, not the man. So when he didn't want to buy formula or baby stuff or do nothing like that, I could do. But go to my family. And then my family would give it to me. But that's how it is down south, and that's the way it is. And that's marriage. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's marriage. Just shut up, ask your family, you got a man, you got a husband, keep it moving. That's what's important. That comes from the cults. Okay. Okay. They do nothing for the baby, because to do anything for the baby, that would be a man acting like a woman. So I said, okay. They plan trips, they spend money, all this stuff. You hear, oh, he was worried about Bill. When he was ready to go to take his trip, that's why I can relate to 90 Day Fiance. The minute he was ready to go back to Africa, it didn't matter. He stopped buying and doing everything. And I had to depend on my family. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So, okay, that's what wives do. Sometimes I was the butt of his jokes, but I've seen that before. My father couldn't stop calling my stepmother stupid. So, that's the way it is. What they used to say, if Betty had half a brain, she'd be something. I can't remember, but it was a whole thing. Yeah. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And good luck. So I said, okay. No problem. That's how it is being a wife. So I was looking for, a job that paid more. I realized then that the responsibility, though you're married and you have kids, the responsibility is not a shared responsibility. It's responsibility of the mother. That's why men don't mind you having a lot of kids. They don't got to take care of them. Please. So, let me turn it off so we can get to our gulping chat. And I also have to bring up. Oh, hold on. Holy roll, Jelly Bean. Let me set this off. Hey, y'all, I'll read your message after. Yeah, y'all. So, I said to myself, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. So, I'm showing y'all I got a whole thing of water. So, being a good wife, We can go through that. But the water overnight in the refrigerator, and I don't take it out till I come down here, gives it the right temperature. I can't forget this time. I'll pick the conversation up. Okay. So I did all that until he said to me, something, we was having a argument or something, and he said, if I give you, I got nails now so I can't make that, if I give you one of these, he flipped a switch in my hand, and I set up 2 nights. All I looked at him and said was, don't go to sleep. And how easy he used to go to bed so early while I'm still up struggling. He didn't go to sleep that early after that fist making at me. And after me staying up 2 nights waiting for him to snore, I realized that maybe marriage is not for me. So I did it again, but still at that point, I was like, no. I'm a little violent. You can't ball up your fist at me. Even that simple gesture, I have seen so much, and I didn't know that. I would wish, if I had known anything, I would have said, Eddie, ball your fist up at me. And then that switch would have clicked, and I'd have never married him. Hey, y'all, let's get to the chess song. Y'all see I had to put it up in a separate video when I forgot to listen to it. That's the name of the song. That's Tyree Welch and Sean Welch. Here's the chess song.
Palm moves first, baby, you got it. Square, straightforward, you know you got it. Captures my movement, diagonally, just protect the king.
Just protect the king. Just protect the king.
Just protect the king.
The symbol is the king.
Rook moves horizontal.
But whoever's behind the board, if it's a woman, it's a king. Y'all remember King Peggy? Yeah! Capture the enemy. Capture the enemy.
Capture the enemy. Capture the enemy.
The bishop moves.
Diagonally. Forward and backwards. A number of squares. One bishop.
Sung by the songstress Alexander Rhoda.
One bishop captures on black. One bishop captures on white. One bishop
Edited, this is a video, so it's edited by Matthew Gillespie and yours truly. The queen is the most powerful piece. She controls more squares than... That's why Kamala should put a queen in the queen spot and put a man in the bishop, which is Secretary of State. That's me. If you look at the video. The knight jumps from one square to another in an L shape. Baby, you got it. It crosses 2 squares in a straight line, and then 1 square either left to right, either left to right, either left to right, either left to right.
The king is the most important piece.
Though not the strongest, he can move 1 square in any direction. If he is not safe, then you lose the game.
King is in your baby.
Hey,
King is in your
hey.
King is in your baby. King is in your baby.
RESPCT, chess is an important game to me. RESPCT, champions is what you see.
King, one queen, two fishes, two rooks, two knights, two players, eight pawns, one forward.
Oh yeah, little respect. I'm gonna keep on trying. I'll be the best. And I'm respect. Yeah, yo, that's a chess song. Yes, I understand my assignment. I was like, let's get this critical thinking going. Y'all is awful talk. Oh, I see a heart. Thanks for the heart. A lot of comments. But I gotta knock this water out. Not so hot that I've been sweating. So, even though it's the right temperature, my thirst level ain't there. But I'm gonna get it there right now. Get her down. I know that country comedian, get her done, get her down. Just a little bit more. Oh, I felt that already. It wasn't big, but it was a mover and a shaker. See. That was broken up a little bit. Yeah, y'all, yeah. So, no, I wasn't a good Christian wife. When I took all the stuff, all the things, I mean, him doing whatever he wanted to do, keeping that man code, don't do nothing in the house, don't do nothing with the kid, just go home and work, come back, pay bills if you want to, don't pay them if you don't want to. I stuck it out. And I probably could have been a doormat for a lot of years. But when he balled up his fist at me, all the years of women getting beat by men, I mean hundreds, kept flashing through my head that he tricked me. They call it triggered. And then I knew for myself that I'm not going to be the good Christian wife. Though I did try it again, but we'll talk about that another time. Because I had to make sure. Okay, when I married John Camacho, excuse me, everything was going good. And he said, quit your job. We'll live off Christian charities from the Catholic Church. And I looked at him and I said, do you know I'm an African-American woman? I know the bullshit that they say we like being poverty and being broke and shit like that, but that ain't true. I gotta work. That's what my mother's dying words was. Get your husband's woman, get your job so you can take care of yourself. I can't go lay down on Christian. Fuck what you heard. I'm not gonna go and purposely be poor. But that's the bullshit this penal colony been feeding the world. So maybe that's not a good Christian wife. He said, come starve with me, and I said, no. So twice I wasn't a good Christian wife. Bummer. But that's why I'm alive here now. No moles, and you know when you get hit in the head a lot, you get that little thing there, and then you get hit in the head on this side, and you get this little thing there, and then you get punching the lip a lot, and your teeth, your lip keep hitting your teeth, and you get what you call those keloids and shit. Ooh, them women back when I was young, they looked like they ran into trucks all the time. Yeah, y'all, let me see. Before I go, let's see. Oh, AI has been busy. Okay, maybe y'all talking to each other. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Someone said being down. Okay. Okay, that's the last time. Okay. Okay, here we go. Emperor said, respectfully speaking, Granny got a nice body. Thank you, Emperor. Wow, I thought Granny got an old beat up body. Who is Granny? I don't see a Granny. All right. Thank you, Kate. Y'all are so sweet. Cameron said, we're about to hear everything we wonder what she's talking while she's walking or driving. Cameron? I ain't driving, honey. Okay, so that y'all must be talking in the conversation. King Slime? That part? You know what? Top tier only. You were definitely a top tier only. Being from down south, I don't think there's a thing wrong with giving your kid emotional support as a man. Okay, that's good to hear, Bob. Monday left for a pack of smokes. Yep. In 1987, I'm trying to tell you. You could just go. Where you going, honey? I'm going to the store. You never see him again. By the same right, you're not supposed to preach. Okay, Bob. I'm just telling you my experience. I ain't preaching. A man should never put himself over top of a woman because she comes from... Okay, we ain't talking the rib thing, Bob. You lost me, Bob. You the one that's going... What is that called? The evolution thing, Bob. You're going to get caught up because the world's going forward and you still thinking this woman come from a rib. Laugh out loud after she was cleansing demons from chat for a second. Okay. How did you thought, Kate? I do not come from anyone's rib, dude. Exactly, Kate. That's what I'm saying. That is, what is that called? I listed one of my shorts as it. Okay, I see y'all going. Kate, Kate, you can't go from him. He's natural selection. Kate, don't worry about Bob. He finna be caught up in natural selection. Because if you don't go forward, you don't become, you don't grow, you get wiped out. Frank, greetings from Kenya. Hey, Frank, thanks. Destiny says, purr. Jody says, excuse you, Granny. Grandchild, I don't know what you're saying that for. Okay, all right. Thank you, Take 10. Oh, Bob, I didn't think you was AI or you was talking to somebody in the chat. Y'all, thanks so much for coming on the walk. I hope you feel as good as I do. I tell you, how you old people don't work. Whew. I think you've come to a desperate time when you need this blood and oxygen to your brain. And walking is a way of getting it. Okay, my AI just got rid of a message that came through. I love y'all. I do. I love working with y'all in the morning. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. Thanks for coming on the walk, and I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Thanks so much.